All right, welcome back everyone for another deep dive.
Always a pleasure to be back.
Today we're diving into something I think a lot of parents, especially those with toddlers, are going to find fascinating. We're looking at a quiet book, but not just any quiet book. This one's made for a 2-year-old.
Yeah, these quiet books, they've really become popular, haven't they?
Oh, absolutely. And, there's tons of videos online showcasing them, but this one we found on YouTube is especially clever. And that's what we're diving into today. Like, what makes this specific quiet book so special? How does it actually help a child learn and develop?
Yeah, that's what really caught my eye, too. It's not just about keeping a kid occupied. It's like each page is designed to teach them something.
Right. Okay, so let's jump into it. The first page, and I love this, is all about daily routines. So you've got waking up, bath time, breakfast, then playtime on a swing. Like at first glance, it's pretty straightforward, but what's the thinking behind this for a 2-year-old?
Well, you got to remember at that age, their world is kind of chaotic, right? Everything's new and a little bit overwhelming.
Oh, for sure.
So by introducing routines through play, you're like giving them a sense of structure, and that can be huge for their development.
So like a little roadmap for their day.
Exactly. And when kids know what to expect, they tend to be less anxious, have fewer tantrums because there's that predictability.
It's all about creating that sense of security. Okay, well, speaking of time, the next page in this quiet book is all about a clock.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one.
And it's not just any clock, right? It's got movable hands, the numbers are detachable, super interactive.
And that's key at this age. 2-year-olds learn best through doing, through hands-on experiences.
So like instead of just telling them what time it is, they can actually manipulate the clock themselves.
Exactly, and those chunky numbers, perfect for those little fingers. It really helps them grasp the idea of time in a way that, say, a digital clock wouldn't.
Makes total sense. And it's funny because the next page is all about buttons and laces. Like on the surface, pretty mundane tasks, right?
You wouldn't think it's that exciting.
But, there's a reason this is included. Tell us why those seemingly simple activities are actually super important developmentally.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, think about the fine motor skills involved, right? Like buttoning a coat, you need that pincer grasp, that hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
Tying shoelaces, that's like a whole symphony of finger movements. And all of that strengthens those tiny muscles in their hands and fingers, which, guess what, they need for pretty much everything later on.
Oh, I know, like writing, using scissors, even playing an instrument. It all goes back to those fine motor skills.
Exactly.
Okay, now this next page is all about emotion. So we've got a face, but the eyes and the mouth, they're interchangeable. So kids can create different expressions.
Yeah, like a little emoji factory.
Exactly. But in all seriousness, how does playing with facial expressions actually benefit a 2-year-old?
Well, think about it. It's all about developing emotional literacy, like being able to recognize and understand emotions, both in themselves and in others.
That's so important. And you don't always think about it at that age.
Right, but it lays the groundwork for healthy social interactions and just being able to navigate, the complex world of feelings.
That's so true. Okay, moving on, we've got a page that features a mini orchard scene, and it's super cute with an apple tree, different color apples, and little baskets for sorting. What's going on here educationally?
Oh, this is great. You've got color recognition, you've got counting, you've even got early concepts of sorting and categorization, and it's all disguised as this fun little game.
Yeah, it's amazing how they've packed so much learning into such a simple activity. Okay, page 6 takes us underwater with, get this, a magnetic fishing game.
Oh, I love these. Classic for a reason.
Right. So what makes this activity so engaging and beneficial for a 2-year-old?
Well, first of all, it's all about hand-eye coordination. They have to control their movements, aim carefully to catch those fish. But beyond the physical skills, kids are naturally curious about the world around them, and this kind of taps into that. Plus, it encourages imaginative play.
Oh, for sure. They can create all sorts of stories around their little underwater adventure.
Exactly.
All right, and from fishing, we go straight to cooking. Page 7 features a cooking game, but of course it's all with felt food.
Oh, I love this. It's so clever.
Right, so the kids can match these felt food pieces to different recipe cards. What a fun way to learn.
And they're building vocabulary, learning the names of different vegetables, getting familiar with healthy eating habits.
And don't forget, they're also learning about following instructions, which is a crucial life skill.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, next up we've got more food fun. This time it's setting the table. So we've got felt food again, plates, cutlery, everything they need to pretend to prepare a meal. Why is this kind of pretend play so important at this age?
Oh, it's huge. Pretend play is where kids really get to step into different roles, experiment with social interactions, and just let their imaginations run wild. They learn to problem solve, to negotiate, to express themselves creatively.
It's like they're making sense of the world around them through these imaginary scenarios.
Exactly.
Okay, page 9 takes a bit of a turn. We're in the bathroom now, And there's a giraffe toothbrushing activity.
Oh, yeah, this one's cute.
I got to admit, I'm intrigued. What's the thinking behind this?
Well, let's